Are you looking to purchase a home soon and are worried about the costs associated with purchasing a home? I'm here to tell you that often sellers can help buyers with those costs. I'll go over a few scenarios of what it looks like getting some or all of your closing costs paid by the seller. And stick around until the end to see how some buyers can get money back at closing. Upfront costs to purchase a home include earnest money, which is negotiable but is typically 1% of the purchase price. These funds will be held in escrow until closing. They can be delivered via bank wire or check or cashier's check. These funds will need to be available in your account. Next, depending on which finance company and loan program you choose, you will need funds for an appraisal. Appraisals will determine the value of the home and can range anywhere from a few $100s to $1,000. Appraisals are a must in most cases. The financing institute will not lend you more than the home is worth. You will also want to get a home inspection, and that cost depends solely on who you choose. In my experience, it will cost a few $100s depending on the size of the home. These three upfront cost items are not usually allowed to be rolled into your loan and must be paid before closing. These are the fees you will pay to either an attorney or a title company, depending on what state you are in. They are typically 3 to 5% of the purchase price, and they can be rolled into your loan. For example, say you fall in love with a home that is $150,000. The estimated closing cost would be about $7,500. You could offer the seller $157,500 and ask them to pay all of your closing costs. This means that you are adding the closing costs to your loan and will pay interest on that over the life of the loan. To some buyers, that is not an issue. They'd rather not pay a ton of money in the beginning and are willing to pay over the life of the loan. Sellers are aware that buying a house can be heavy on the wallet and are willing to help out. Remember, they too were in your shoes when they purchased the home. Now, finally, let's say you ask the seller to pay $7,500 of your closing costs, but your closing costs in the end were only $6,500. They would still give $7,500 for closing costs, but the overage would go back to the buyer. You could add that $1,000 and reduce your loan amount, or you could get that $1,000 back at closing and buy new furniture. Now that we have talked about the closing costs associated with purchasing a home, stay tuned for my next video, 5 improvements sellers can do that will make them the most money when selling their home. Renovations are fun, but if you want to sell your home in the future, be sure what you improve will be pleasing to the next buyer. If you have any questions at all about anything related to real estate in the Thomas County and surrounding areas, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am Allison Bartlett with Bennett Real Estate Company, where we are keeping it simple and keeping it real.